Hi everyone, how are you doing today? Well, it's been a little while since my last video, and I want to start by apologizing for not having released the next part of Common Sense yet. I've actually recorded it, but I just haven't had the energy to actually go through and edit it, and it's a long one. It's almost a whole hour, so I'm hoping to get that done tomorrow because I have tomorrow off, but we will see if that happens. In general, a little life update. I've switched to a new team at work and I've been really busy with that. It's taken up a lot of my energy and I just haven't been able to do a lot of reading actually or working on videos. So I don't know how long this is going to last. Hopefully not very long, because I have ideas for 6 videos coming up, and I think you're going to really enjoy some of them. They're not all going to be super serious and heavy, but I think there'll be enough variety. You'll find something you'll like there. So I thought I would just share with you today a few things I'm reading. These are not really new books. You've probably seen them before, but I'll give you an update on how I'm liking them and just my thoughts, the little reading I've been able to do. So I'll start with this one actually. This is called Let the Story Do the Work. It's one that I've been reading for my professional development. This book teaches people how to use storytelling in a professional environment to become better at, I guess, everything from interviews to pitching a product idea to talking to clients and customers. So even though this is business focused, I think that there's a lot you can get from this in your everyday life because it's really about communication and storytelling. I mean, it relates to everyone. So if you're looking for a book on storytelling, especially for a work setting, then I think this is worth checking out. I haven't learned a lot of new things from it, but it's just kind of a nice reminder. So yeah, there's like whole chapters on how to tell stories around large quantities of data and chapters about different kinds of visuals you can use. So I think it's pretty good. So the next book that I will talk about, going in reverse order here, Kristin Lavransdatter. I did a video on this a while back and I was reviewing the first part of this sizable trilogy, which was called The Wreath. And I didn't really like that one. I went over that in detail in that video, so you can check that out if you're curious for more. Since picked this up again and I'm reading the second book called The Wife, which deals with the fallout of the first book and the further progression of Kristin's life as a young wife and mother. I wouldn't say this book is my cup of tea in terms of, I guess, subject matter, but I do really think it's well written as historical fiction, and a lot of people I've talked to really enjoyed this as well. So as far as I'm concerned, it's a compelling story, especially the second book. First book, not so much, but I'm really getting into the second part a lot more because it's more, dare I say it, realistic, having to deal with a lot of the consequences of Kristin's decisions in the first book. So if you have the bandwidth for this length of a story, then you may want to check it out if you're into historical fiction, medieval fiction. The other thing I will say is that the writing style is pretty simple in terms of the scale of literature. I mean, this isn't going to be a huge leap for anyone. So it's pretty accessible in that way. So I'm liking it more than I did. I don't love it yet, but I'm still reading it. So there's that. Okay, then the other thing that I've been reading is, again, the Oxford Book of Japanese Short Stories for a class I'm taking. The latest one I read, which was so good, it's called The Bet by Abe Kobo, and you may know his name from The Woman in the Dunes, I think it's called. He's known for his surrealist fiction, and I first came across his name because I was looking for authors like Kafka, and I think his name came up. I have never read anything by him before, but this short story called The Bet is very Kafka-esque. I mean, it's got the absurdity, it's got confusion, people walking through strange buildings. It's got all that. It's about 24 pages, so it's one of the longer stories in this collection, but I really enjoyed it. I am looking forward to today's discussion on this, and it makes me really want to seek out more by Abe, because not only was it enjoyably surrealistic, but it has sort of this socioeconomic theme in the background. So I just, it really checked a lot of boxes for me. So I would encourage you to check that out if you are interested in the Kafkaesque or just in this kind of surrealist fiction with modern themes. Yeah, so that's kind of been my reading for the last couple of weeks. I have a bunch of books I want to read and videos to film, but I'm not sure. I can't make any promises yet. But on the topic of videos, I just want to say that I want to thank everyone who's subscribed recently. And I have a question for those of you who've made it this far in the video and presumably are people who like watching my videos in full. Do you listen to podcasts? So I have a podcast, you may not know, on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, all the places you'd find podcasts. It's just called Classics Considered, same as this channel. And I'm debating whether to take it down or not because I haven't updated it in years. So all the episodes you'll find on there are very rusty and just awkward because I was still trying to figure out my style and everything. I'm thinking about possibly taking the audio from my YouTube videos and uploading them to the podcast, but I'm not sure if I want to maintain that, and it does cost me something, so I'm debating whether to do that or not. If you have any opinions or thoughts, if listening to the channel through a podcast streaming service would be something you'd enjoy, let me know, because I'm trying to make some decisions here about where to spend my time and resources. Yeah, that's all I had for today. I hope you're having a great weekend and finding good time to read. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.